Good morning, my friend. This is your friend Paul Chima. How are you doing today? And I wish you everyone, I wish everyone a very happy family day. We all have families and we all think about our families 24/7, 365. And families are at core of everything, whatever we do. So why not talk about something that is actually at the center of the families, the housing market. The housing market has been going on crazy. Trust me on that. But that doesn't mean you should get afraid of it. There are people who are out there buying. Let me share a little infographic with you that has been sent out by Mortgage Professional Canada. This is a very interesting graphic. Let me set that up for you one V second. So here is the infographic. So if you look at this graphic, you will see that 97% of homeowners are happy with their decision to buy a home or choosing home ownership. And 3% of homeowners regret their decision to buy a home choosing home ownership. Who are these 3% people? Maybe they are having a hard time in their lives at the moment because of pandemic. And if you just see down there, it says sharp increase in non-owners expecting to buy a home in the coming years. So pre-pandemic, there were only 7% of people who wanted to buy their home. But then in August, it went up by 7%. So that was 14%. And then it went further up to 16%, then 19%, then 23%. And in February report, when they ran the survey, it was said that 27% of non-homeowners would like to buy a home in the next year. So you see the trend. More and more people are grappling with the idea that home ownership cannot be escaped, and this is something that one has to come to term with, right? You with me on this or not? Aren't these interesting statistics? So many people are looking to buy house now, despite whatever is happening in the market out there. It is hard, it is beyond many people's reach. Whatever the circumstances, people are going for home ownership. So the statistics should not frighten you, but statistics should actually make you aware how you can reach that goal, how you can buy your property. That should be your focus of thoughts, right? So I'm coming back to the same report here. So now, so 77% people want to buy house to live in, while 23% they want to buy it as an investment. And this has been consistent in the last four reports. This is the fifth one, right? So then expected difficulty in making mortgage payment. This was next thing that was discussed. And 74% first time home buyers said, we're okay, we don't care. Repeat buyer were 77% who said, we are fine with it. Then 21% expressed some difficulty, and 5% had a lot of difficulty because everyone was not fortunate to have a steady job. So, what was the impact of COVID 19 on home buying expectations? No impact, 77%, and only 42% renters said no effect. But then there were 58% who got affected. Purchase sooner, 7%, and 16% renters are planning to move to the purchasing side. Delay purchase 16% and 42% tenants want to delay purchase because I totally get it. It's not easy to afford or buy a house here. So these statistics, do they tell you something tangible? Do you think that these resonate with you? Do they relate to you? How do you think about these statistics? So I would like to share some numbers from the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board's Market Watch, which was released a few days back. According to this report, the market watch has gone up. If you read the ticker that is running below, it was up by 32.15% for detached and 21.43% for semi-detached in the Peel region, which is Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. In case of Mississauga, the increase was 33.93% and 15.43% for detached and semi-detached, respectively. And in Brampton, average price of detached homes went up by 34.55%, and for semis, it was mere 1.37%. I'm comparing these with the January 2020 numbers. And I would like to share a spreadsheet that I created just to shed a bit more light on this graphic. Oh, I'm looking at my own face. Alrighty. So this is the report that I would like to share with you here. So reading this, you will see that number of sales in the region of Peel was 435 in January 2020 and 630 in January 2021, right? Do you still see that due to COVID, people are going to restrain buying a house? No, they are buying out there. And the variance was 44.83% increase from January 2020. And in case of semis, it was again 145 in January 2020 to 191 in January 2021. 31.72% jump in number of sales. And the average sold price in the region of Peel went up by 32.15%. I have rounded some numbers, like I have rounded 1.29 something or 2.8 to $1.3 million, just for the sake of clarity. And in case of semis, the increase in average price was 21.43%. So many people talk to me about rent to own. And when I tell them that the investor will charge them 5% appreciation every year, they kind of get scared. But what they fail to understand is that actual appreciation is way more than they're paying to the investor. And whenever they walk in with a positive cash flow. How cool is that? They have equity in their house. And if you look at sales to new listing ratios for detached, more or less similar in the 2 years and similar in for semis too, not much difference, a slight drop, I would call it insignificant drop, and months of inventory has actually dropped significantly. So from 1.8 months of inventory in January 2020, we are at zero point 0.7, like less than 1 month inventory, which is 61% drop. But in case of semis, it is more or less okay, similar. The price increase, that is sold to asking price ratio, Like if someone asks for $100, how much more or less a buyer paid for it. So you will see it was 4.98% increase in sold to ask ratios, and it was 5.31% sold to ask ratios. Number of days have come down significantly. Why? Because people are fighting out there. In a recent purchase that I did for my buyer clients, there were more around 10 offers. And one house in Kitchener had more than 16 offers there. And the trend is going on, doesn't stop. But why is this happening? Because people are afraid to move on to the next house. They don't even know if they sell their house, would they be able to afford the next home? So many are resorting to buying their future home today and then putting their house on market later. But then there may be a lag because the house that they bought may be closing a bit later and they are still thinking, should they sell it or not? Well, this is all my opinion. Your point of view may be different, or any other real estate resistance opinion may be different. I'm just talking my mind. Alrighty. So now coming down there, let's break it down to Mississauga. In Mississauga, if you will see, the number of sales have gone up by 40.94% for detached and 43.48% for semi-detached homes. So, guys, what does this tell you? Does this tell you to wait, or does this tell you to jump into the market now, whether you are selling or whether you are buying? You hold a good scope. If you keep thinking the market will drop, in my opinion, and which I will say a very considered opinion, as I have seen market from 2007 onwards, when there was a recession in 2008, 2009, and later I forgot the year. But people kept saying the market is going to come down. But did anything come down? There may be some cases, like stranded cases, one or two, where you may think that, oh, the house price has come down. But it hasn't happened like that. If you look at overall, they're still going the same way. The trends are keeping up and they will keep up. There is never a good time to buy or sell your home except today. Nobody has a crystal ball that they can predict the market. I wish I could tell you, Mr. Home Seller, your house 10 days later will find you 300,000 more than today. So sell 3 days later. Nobody has it. We are all using data to interpret. But data today is insane. A house sells for $400,000 today, and in the evening, another house sells for $420,000, which is right across the street, same layout, similar condition. So what? Where is the data? So today, the best price is whatever you can get, and the best sale price is whatever you can get. It all depends on how you look at your personal financial requirement. If the current price satisfies your needs, okay, bingo. That's what you should be looking for. Go for it. Holding your house is from selling is one reason that is fueling the market. And the ratio of buying to selling is always going to be same. If you buy expensive, you will sell expensive. If you buy cheap, you will buy cheap. If you buy 200 kilometers in either direction of Toronto, well, the price will definitely reflect that distance. At the same time, if you buy your house in a high appreciation area, guess what? Your house will appreciate better. So all these dynamics work hand in hand with each other. I wish we could separate certain things that you could sell for more, buy for less. Those slogans, I don't see meaning a lot in today's context. It is it's a market where many people think if they put up a sold sign out there, they will sell it by themselves. Well, they may, because there is a swarm of buyers out there who are willing to put an offer. But one thing many for sale by themselves forget, that there could be an offer which is just intended to hold their property till they find an alternative house on the market. And some for sale by themselves homeowners, they fail to qualify the buyer. They fail to understand the dynamics or conditions on the offer. A little miss on their part is going to cost them a lot of money. If you are selling now, make sure if you get 10 offers, you go for the most logistical offer that has higher chances of closing versus an insane offer which may not close. Alrighty, so coming back to the housing market, I still have that spreadsheet open here, and now you are looking at, I was talking about what? Mississauga. Yes, so Mississauga sales to new listing ratios have gone up by 41.31%. It was 44.3% last year in the same month in January, but now it is 62.6%. People are buying. And if you look at the active listings down there, they have come down for detached, but they have gone up for semi detached. And in the price of detached home, the average price for detached homes has really gone up, right? It is close to, I'm trying to find the comma separator, but anyways, so it is 1.5 million and $1.12 million last year, 33.93% increase. And active listings have come down for detached, but they have gone up for semi-detached. Let's come down to Mrs. Brampton. In Brampton, the number of sales have gone up by 45.79%. And for semis, it has gone up by 54.26%. And the prices have gone up by 34.55% for detached and 1.37%, which is more or less negligible. But I don't think that is a true representative number, because semis are selling for way more even in Brampton, because this is an aggregate data, different areas, different municipalities. So not municipalities, different communities. So this is kind of that. Sales to new listing ratios have gone up, right? So that means more houses are selling. Average sold to ask price has risen from 99.3% to 104.4% in Brampton for detached homes. And for semi-detached home, it has gone up by 5.62%. Active listings have come down for detached, but astonishingly, there is no change for the semi-detached homes. There are so many other kinds of homes that we can talk about. But for the sake of keeping this short and sweet, I decided to keep it only up to semis and detached homes. If you have any question, feel free to give me a shout. If you disagree with the numbers, well, I never guarantee them. I just share the numbers as I find them. But again, I am a human being like anyone else here. So I'm prone to some errors. So maybe my eyes catch different numbers. So if you guys want more information, feel free to reach out. My number to call is 647 333 2273. Once again, this is Paul Chima. I'm a mortgage broker, I'm a mortgage agent, and a real estate broker with Remax Prime Properties. We are one of the amazing Remax offices in Greater Toronto area. Kind of a model office, I would say. I'm so proud of it. And my mortgage company is Akal Mortgage, is license number 10845. We are located in Mississauga, and we do the amazing job for all the borrowers who are looking to fund their future home. So feel free to call me for two services at 1.647 333 2273. You enjoy your family day. Make the best food for your family. Maybe watch a TV, movie, or TV show. That's all we can do. But stay safe, stay healthy, and save other lives too. Avoid as much as you can from going out and gathering in crowds because life is way more important than these homes. Anyone wants to say anything? I am more than a support for that. So this is amazing day today, and we are expecting a lot of snow. Some people will ask me to stop weather forecasting, which I do not do actually. But the bottom line is the weather is going to be kind of trickier. So you're driving, going anywhere, make sure you're safe. Thank you very much for your time. I end this live session. You can always throw your questions in the chat box here and talk to you some other time. Good day. Goodbye to you. Love you all.